Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much. What if the real reason you're not successful isn't the world, but the way you're treating yourself? What if the path to success isn't about comfort, but about choosing your pain wisely? And what if the difference between winners and quitters comes down to one thing: mental toughness? If you truly want to succeed, you must stop going easy on yourself. Success doesn't come to those who constantly make excuses or hand themselves a convenient escape. Skipping the hard stuff, avoiding discomfort, and calling it self-care might feel good in the moment, but it's also the fastest way to bury your dreams. Discipline is uncomfortable, but so is staying stuck in the same place year after year. Life forces us to choose the pain of discipline and growth, or the pain of regret and what could have been. No one is coming to rescue you. No one else can walk this path for you. Either you demand more from yourself now, or you'll pay the price later. Want the win? Then earn it. And that begins with accountability. In the next few moments, you'll learn how to develop the kind of self-discipline that doesn't flinch, even when life hits hard. You'll learn how to stop being soft and start embracing a mindset built for pressure, resistance, and real success. Men and women whose names are now etched in history, whose fortunes spark admiration, even envy, were not born under lucky stars. They didn't arrive in this world with special privileges. They came into life like the rest of us, uncertain, ordinary, and filled only with dreams and raw ambition. But their victories, their iconic achievements, they weren't gifts. They were earned through sleepless nights, relentless setbacks, and a refusal to quit. These accomplishments were forged in the furnace of adversity. Every one of these figures shared one defining quality: a deep, unshakable mental strength, a kind of inner power that said no to surrender, that stood its ground when defeat knocked at the door. Take, for example, the legendary Thomas Edison, a man who quite literally brought light into our world. Edison wasn't a genius by traditional standards. In fact, his teachers dismissed him as slow, even incapable of learning. He struggled, failed, and was written off by many. Yet, he pressed forward. Failure followed him like a shadow. He famously conducted thousands of unsuccessful experiments before he finally unlocked the invention that would change history. It was the incandescent light bulb. But what truly lit the world was not just Edison's invention. It was his unyielding mind. He grasped something most people miss. Real defeat does not occur when we fail. It happens only when we give up. Each of his thousands of failed attempts was not a step backward, but a necessary step forward, a lesson in disguise. He didn't see failure as a dead end, but as data, as refinement, as proof that he was getting closer. Imagine what changes when you stop fearing failure and start welcoming it as a teacher. Think about this truth deeply. Every external battle you face, every obstacle life throws your way, must first be conquered internally. Before victory can take shape in the world around you, it must first be rooted and grown in your own thoughts. History's greatest champions, the titans of industry, the innovators and game changers, they all understood this. That the battlefield begins in the mind. And it's there, in your mental soil, that success either takes root or withers away. Your hesitations, your doubts, that quiet craving for comfort, these are the soft spots within you. And if you allow that softness to grow unchecked, it becomes your greatest adversary. Not loud, not obvious, but subtle. It whispers to you when you're tired. It invites you to stop just short of the breakthrough. It's the quiet voice of ease when challenge is what's truly required. Understand this with crystal clarity. Every time you choose comfort over courage, ease over effort, delay over discipline, you are surrendering a piece of your untapped potential. And yes, there's greatness inside you. Not metaphorically, literally. It lies dormant, waiting to be awakened. But that greatness isn't handed to anyone. It comes with a price. It demands persistence, it demands courage, and above all, it demands a mind strong enough to endure pressure without breaking. Whatever barrier you're facing today, whether it's a financial struggle, a painful relationship, emotional exhaustion, or a dream that just keeps slipping out of reach, remember this. These are temporary. They're not there to break you. They're there to build you. These trials are not the enemy. They are training. They are tools shaping you into who you must become. The true enemy? It's not out there. It's within. It's that soft voice that says, take it easy when life is asking you to rise. Resides inwardly, hidden not in the world outside you, but within your own reluctance to face discomfort, to confront hardship, and to challenge your limits. Never forget this. A strong mind conquers all. Every person you admire, the trailblazers, the visionaries, the legends, each of them had to battle their own inner softness. They were not strangers to fear, to hesitation, or to the desire for ease. Greatness wasn't handed to them. It was forged brick by brick in the quiet, disciplined corners of their minds. True greatness is not the result of magic or luck. It doesn't happen by coincidence. It is meticulously built through the management of your thoughts and a relentless, unyielding commitment to purpose. What separates those who rise from those who fall? It isn't wealth, status, or perfect timing. The decisive factor is mental toughness, an unwavering belief that your destiny is yours to fulfill and that it must be fulfilled. Your future, your success, your legacy. It all begins and ends with this internal strength. So now is the moment, your moment, not to admire heroes from a distance, but to step into their shoes. Awaken that power within. Stoke the fire of your determination. Eliminate the softness that whispers compromise and hesitation. Choose today to rise. Shake off the doubt. Release the craving for comfort. And run boldly into the trials that stand before you. Why? Because each challenge you conquer won't break you. It will sharpen you. Each test will strengthen your resolve and bring you one step closer to your highest self. The path to greatness is not paved with ease. It demands courage. But once you decide to walk it with conviction, your mind becomes your most powerful asset. Nurture it, guard it, train it, and it will lead you unshakably toward your destiny. And now, take the next step. Define your purpose clearly. Every form of true success begins with clarity of purpose. This isn't some motivational cliche. It's a truth embedded in the legacy of every extraordinary individual who ever left a mark on the world. Ask yourself, sincerely and without fear, where do you see yourself 3 years from now? This is not just a whimsical daydream. It's a foundational question, a compass that points toward your deepest ambition. Henry Ford didn't stumble into greatness by accident. He didn't drift aimlessly, hoping success would find him. His achievements, world-changing and monumental, were born from a vision so clear, so focused, that nothing could deter him. The same goes for Edison and every other architect of history. They understood the power of clearly defined objectives. Vague dreams do not build legacies. Précises visions do. A vision that is no longer vague but vivid. Definitive goals are the cornerstones upon which all true success is built. Without them, even the most passionate efforts often lead nowhere. Think about it. How can you reach a destination if you haven't clearly defined it? Vague ambitions inevitably produce vague results. If your objectives remain undefined or ever-shifting, you risk wandering in circles, constantly active, yet strangely unproductive. You may feel busy, but are you truly progressing? This is the silent tragedy that haunts so many lives. motion without direction, activity without achievement. The solution? One word: clarity. Clarity is the bridge that transforms dreams into actionable steps. It draws the line between a passing fantasy and a living, breathing reality. The most celebrated achievers in history, those whose accomplishments echo through time, shared this one powerful habit: laser-like focus. They knew exactly what they wanted, and they pursued it with precision. Define exactly what you want. Be specific. Be bold. Then commit to it wholeheartedly, without compromise. In a world full of noise and distraction, resolve becomes your armor. When you articulate your goals with clarity and conviction, they become like magnets, pulling you forward with purpose and determination. But make no mistake, clarity does not arrive by accident. It must be claimed with intention. Write down your goals, not just once, but daily. Revisit them, reflect on them. Let them anchor your mornings and shape your decisions. Let your goals become your compass, your North Star, constantly illuminating the path ahead. Those who define their purpose clearly and return to it frequently form an unbreakable bond with their future. Their vision doesn't just sit on a page, it lives in their heart. And once that connection is made, something remarkable happens. The universe begins to respond. Yes, when your focus is unwavering, life begins to align. Opportunities emerge. Resources surface. People appear. It's as if the world conspires in favor of those with absolute clarity. Clarity of purpose is not just a helpful trait. It is a force, a power that enables you to channel your energy effectively, to act decisively, and to live with intention. Without clarity, life is something that happens to you. With it, life becomes something you shape, actively, consciously, and with purpose. So define your vision, revisit it daily, protect it fiercely, and watch how the world around you bends to meet the strength of your focus. So start with your vision today. Refuse to settle for vague notions or half-formed ideas about your life's direction. Eliminate ambiguity. Replace it with precision. Harness the transformative power that clarity brings. Define boldly and explicitly what you want to achieve. And once that vision is set, commit to it with unwavering intensity. Let it become the compass that directs your actions and decisions. Remember this vital truth. Clarity of purpose is not a luxury reserved for a chosen few. It is a discipline, an inner commitment, available to anyone who is truly determined to build a life of meaning and success. Choose clarity. Let it sharpen your focus and fuel your momentum. The clearer your purpose, the stronger your drive, and the closer you'll come to fulfilling your highest aspirations. Now, as your vision comes into view, prepare yourself for the terrain ahead, for no great journey is without hardship. Part 3. Develop unyielding resilience. The road to greatness is rarely paved with ease. It wins through valleys of difficulty, climbs over peaks of resistance, and crosses bridges built from sheer will. Every success story that stands tall today was once carried on the shoulders of resilience, tested by failure, battered by doubt, and weathered by criticism. True greatness is not born in comfort. It is forged in adversity, hammered into shape by repeated trials. Resilience is not the absence of failure. It is the strength to rise after each fall. It is the decision to continue, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Resilience is the quiet power within. The mental and emotional toughness that refuses to give up even when every sign suggests you should. And those who possess this trait know something vital. Setbacks are not the universe's way of saying stop. They're its way of saying grow. Take, for instance, Thomas Edison, a name synonymous with innovation. Before he succeeded in creating the incandescent light bulb, he failed not once, not twice, but thousands of times. To the average eye, it looked like madness. But to Edison, each failed attempt was a necessary step, a lesson learned, a pathway eliminated, a refinement made. His unrelenting resilience didn't just light up homes and cities. It lit up what was possible for humankind. His perseverance became proof that greatness is not gifted. It is earned, slowly, relentlessly. So when life throws setbacks your way, and it will, meet them with resolve. Don't shrink back. Don't give in to despair. Know this: the path to greatness wins through failure. The question is not whether you will fall. It is whether you will rise again stronger than before. And you can. You will. Because within you is the power to persist. Edison's legacy remains a brilliant reminder that the road to innovation is not smooth. It is paved stone by stone with persistence. So when you encounter failure, resist the urge to see it as a final stop. Instead, view it as a necessary bend in the road, a stepping stone with a hidden lesson carved inside the hardship. Life will challenge you. It will press against your limits and call you to rise above them. But those challenges are not sent to break you. They're sent to shape you. Each obstacle you overcome doesn't just mark survival. It adds another layer to your inner strength. Think about that. Every time you get back up, every time you face something you once feared and push through it, you become more durable, more refined, more prepared for the success that lies ahead. Yet many falter. Those soft in spirit often collapse under pressure. They search for something or someone to blame. Circumstances, other people, even fate. But if you are to reach greatness, you must walk a different path. You must forge a core so resilient, so anchored in purpose, that no storm can shake it. Your resilience must become your shield, resistant to criticism, unshaken by failure, and fiercely committed to your mission. It's standing your ground when others walk away. It's believing in your vision when no one else can see it. And most of all, it's finding power in pain and purpose in pressure. Ask yourself this: what if the pain you're experiencing right now is the very fire refining you for what's next? Train yourself to rise after every fall. Not just to return to where you were, but to rise higher. Let each stumble teach you something new. Let failure become your mentor, and let every doubt become fuel for your next breakthrough. The no you hear today can become the reason you succeed tomorrow if you keep moving. Because resilience is not a gift you're born with. It is a mindset you build. It grows stronger every time you choose courage instead of fear, action instead of excuses, and progress instead of paralysis. Strength is not found in the absence of struggle. It is born through it. And it is through this struggle that you will uncover your truest power as the next chapter of your greatness begins to unfold. As you begin to build this resilience, the transformation will become undeniable, not just in your circumstances, but deep within your very being. You'll notice yourself walking with a stronger sense of conviction. Your voice will carry more weight, grounded in unwavering confidence. Your thoughts will grow clearer, more focused, as if your mind is finally aligned with your mission. This shift isn't just internal, it radiates outward. Others will sense it. Your presence will carry a new kind of power. This resilience you've cultivated becomes a silent yet impenetrable armor. It shelters your dreams when doubt tries to creep in. It carries you through the darkest nights when motivation feels distant. It shields your purpose when life strikes without warning. And once this mindset becomes second nature, you'll begin to realize something extraordinary. No dream is out of reach. None. So rise. Rise every time life knocks you down. Rise higher after every fall. Let failure strengthen you. Let setbacks deepen your wisdom. Let every disappointment refine your drive. Let resilience become the fire that fuels your entire journey. Not just once, but over and over again. Live it. Embody it. and watch as the vision you once held in your heart begins to take shape before your very eyes. Now, we turn to one of the most vital principles of all, mastering self-belief. Belief is not just an idea. It is the engine that drives every breakthrough, every triumph, every chapter of greatness. It is the force that turns obstacles into stepping stones and persistence into progress. Those who rise above mediocrity, those whose names echo through the pages of history, are not merely blessed with luck or talent. What sets them apart is a belief so deep, so unshakable, that even the fiercest storms couldn't tear it down. Take, for example, Abraham Lincoln, a man born into poverty, a man who faced repeated business failures, a man who lost elections time and again. He endured unbearable personal loss. To many, his path may have seemed cursed, and yet he never gave in to despair. Why? Because he never lost faith in his purpose. He never stopped believing in his potential. That belief didn't protect him from hardship, but it gave him the strength to walk through it. And it lifted him to become one of the most revered and transformational leaders the world has ever known. His story reminds us, the first and greatest victory is the one you win within yourself. Belief in yourself is not optional. It is essential. It is the very foundation upon which your success is built. Your self-belief silently defines your limits. Each time you doubt yourself, you unknowingly construct invisible walls that confine your potential. Every hesitation, every self-critical whisper erodes a part of your strength and holds back your momentum. But the moment you begin to believe, truly believe, you unlock a wellspring of courage, creativity, and conviction. Your actions become bolder. Your voice grows steadier. Your steps become more purposeful. You begin to move not with fear, but with fierce determination. Self-doubt is a thief. It steals not only your dreams, but the very joy of pursuing them. It weakens your spirit and delays your destiny. But belief, real, unwavering belief, is the key that unlocks the door to everything you've ever wanted. It isn't arrogance. It's an affirmation of your worth and your untapped potential. So embrace this truth. You are capable of far more than you've been led to believe, but you must be the first to see it. You must choose to believe it again and again, even when it's hard, even when no one else does. Speak to yourself with power. Speak to yourself with intention. The quiet words you whisper to your own soul matter more than you know. They shape your reality from the inside out. Replace the inner critic with an inner coach. Feed your mind with empowering truths. Say to yourself, I am strong. I am capable. I am worthy of success. I am destined for greatness. Say it until it sinks into your subconscious, because your subconscious listens, and it will act on what it believes. Every great achiever, whether an inventor, a leader, an artist, or an athlete, started with a simple but profound belief. They believed when no one else did. They held fast to their vision even as the world doubted and dismissed them. That internal certainty became their compass, guiding them through hardship, fueling their resilience, and propelling them toward victory. Your goals? They're waiting on the other side of belief. Doubt keeps you still. Belief sets you in motion. When your confidence rises to meet your ambition, a powerful shift occurs. Your energy changes, your mindset sharpens, and suddenly, what once seemed impossible begins to move within reach. And as your belief strengthens, your momentum accelerates. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, and even think differently, and the world around you starts to respond to that energy. People notice. Opportunities begin to align. But here's the truth that many overlook. Belief is not a one-time decision. It's not a switch you flip and forget. It is a daily discipline, a mental and emotional practice you must nourish consistently. Every morning, reaffirm your worth. Remind yourself of who you are and what you're building. And each evening, reflect on how far you've come, no matter how small the steps. Surround yourself with voices that uplift your spirit and strengthen your focus. Let go of those that plant seeds of doubt or drain your ambition. Feed your mind with the stories of those who rose through fire. People who faced hardship, ridicule, and failure, but emerged stronger because they believed. Let their journey awaken your own inner certainty. Belief is not arrogance. It is not a blind leap in a fantasy. It's the calm, grounded confidence that whispers, "I was made for more." It's the inner voice that steadies you when fear rises, the quiet strength that refuses to give up after a fall. When the world says stop, belief is the part of you that says try again. Now is the time to stop being soft on yourself. Stop entertaining the company of doubt. Stop compromising with fear and hesitation. Trust in your capability. Stand tall in your strength. And above all, believe. Deeply, unshakably, and relentlessly, because belief is the spark that sets everything else in motion. Without it, you're stuck. With it, there's truly nothing you cannot achieve. 5. Take bold action immediately. Action is what separates dreamers from achievers. It's the defining line, the razor's edge between imagination and reality. Many people spend their days lost in visions of success, fulfillment, and purpose. But only a few actually rise, take that first step, and breathe life into their dreams. And what's the difference? It's not intelligence. It's not privilege. It's not talent. It's one simple thing: movement. Movement changes everything. Yet softness is the silent killer of action. It whispers in your ear, suggesting it's safer to wait. It tells you the timing isn't right. It urges you to stay comfortable and avoid risk. It delays decisions and encourages hesitation. And slowly, silently, your dream begins to wither, not from failure, but from inaction. But movement often stalls in the shadow of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. And that fear, it often wears a clever disguise. It cloaks itself in logic, dresses up as caution, and whispers noble-sounding advice like wait for the right moment, or just think it through a little more. But let's not be fooled. That voice isn't wisdom, it's hesitation. And hesitation, when left unchecked, kills more dreams than failure ever could. It's a quiet assassin. It doesn't scream. It doesn't strike all at once. It simply delays. It convinces you to postpone just for a day, then another. And before you realize it, weeks pass, then months. That brilliant dream that once set your soul on fire, it fades, turning to ash. Potential untapped, talent unused, courage untested. What you might have become remains only a haunting what if. History does not celebrate those who waited for the perfect conditions. It remembers the bold. Not because they always made the right move, but because they made a move. They dared to act, even when the path was unclear, even when doubt lingered. They didn't wait for certainty. They created it by stepping into the unknown. The great achievers of every era understood one vital truth. Procrastination is not passive, it is destructive. It may not scream like failure, but it quietly robs you of time, confidence, and momentum. It convinces you that there's always tomorrow. But the longer you wait, the more distant your vision becomes. And soon, your dream becomes a memory, not a mission. Understand this well. Fortune favors the bold. Life doesn't pause for your hesitation. Opportunities come and go. They don't linger, waiting for you to feel ready. The ones who seize them are not without fear. They simply choose to move despite it. Courage, after all, isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of it. So the next time you feel that inner fire, that sudden surge of inspiration or passion, don't wait. Don't let it cool. Don't overanalyze or reach for endless validation. That moment, is your invitation. It's a call to rise. Answer it, because every bold step brings clarity. Even when the outcome isn't what you hoped for, you grow. Even when you stumble, you move forward. And in every motion, you evolve. Action builds momentum like a stone gaining speed as it rolls downhill. At first, it takes effort to push. Resistance is real. But once in motion, it carries its own force. The same is true for your goals. One bold decision sets the stage for the next. One brave step forward reveals the next move. The truth is, clarity, confidence, and direction aren't prerequisites for action. They're its rewards. They arrive not before you move, but because you move. Too many people wait for the perfect plan, the ideal conditions, or a sign from the universe. But here's the hard truth. Wait too long, and you may never begin at all. Passivity creates nothing. Dreams without movement remain just that, dreams. They fade into the background of a life that never dared to act. Only through bold, decisive motion can your vision take form. Only by stepping forward do you breathe life into your ambition. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you carve a wider path toward your purpose. You send a powerful signal to yourself and to life that you're not just hoping, not just thinking, but doing. You declare your readiness. You show that your dreams are more than fantasies. They are missions you're willing to pursue, no matter the cost. So make a decision. Make it firmly. Then act boldly. Embrace the risk, because greatness has never, ever come to those who play it safe. Let courage be the foundation beneath your feet. Let urgency fuel your steps forward. The richest parts of life, love, success, fulfillment, aren't handed out freely. They are earned by those who dare to act, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain. Don't let softness, fear, or hesitation rob you of the life you were born to live. Don't let procrastination steal the brilliance of your potential. Don't hand your dreams to delay. Begin now. Move now. There will never be a flawless moment. There's only this one. Start today. Act now. And never look back. Passion transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. When your heart is truly in it, when you're fully engaged, what once felt like a burden becomes exhilarating. The obstacles that once seemed overwhelming begin to shrink. Long hours no longer drain you. They pass quickly, almost unnoticed. You push harder, persist longer, and perform at a higher level. Not because you're forced to, but because you're driven from within. You're not merely working. You're building, creating, and aligning your actions with a deeper sense of purpose. But what happens when passion is absent? That's when softness creeps in. It hides behind procrastination. It disguises itself in excuses. It convinces you to settle, to lower your standards, to accept less than what you're capable of. Without passion, even the most talented minds grow sluggish. Motivation fades, energy drains, and mediocrity quietly becomes the new normal. It's not that you can't succeed, it's that your heart isn't in the game. To rise above this silent surrender, you must discover what ignites your spirit, and then throw yourself into it with unwavering commitment. Finding your passion is not a passive revelation. It requires deliberate searching, honest reflection, and bold experimentation. But when you uncover that spark, the thing that sets your soul ablaze, hold on to it with unbreakable resolve. Pour yourself into it fully. Give it your time, your focus, your energy, your life. Never settle for a life that lacks fire. Demand passion from yourself. Expect it in your daily routine. Infuse every action with purpose, even the smallest task. Passion doesn't only exist in grand pursuits. It lives in how you greet the day, how you speak your truth, how you create, how you serve others. It is present in your tone, your presence, and your persistence. Those who are fueled by passion do not watch the clock. They don't long for weekends or count down the days to retirement. They are driven by something deeper. Time bends for them, limits dissolve, and effort becomes joy. They are not simply working for money. They're working for meaning. Passion turns labor into legacy and purpose into power, depth and direction to their lives. This is the secret. Life rewards the passionate. It clears a path for those who move with intensity and purpose. When you show up with deep, authentic enthusiasm, people notice. Doors open, opportunities emerge, energy multiplies, passion becomes a magnet. It draws others in, it elevates conversations, and it inspires action. It's infectious, transformative, and undeniable. So ask yourself, are you living with that fire? Or are you sleepwalking through your days, stuck in dull routines and quiet discontent? You were not created for a life of mediocrity or muted ambition. You were made to shine, to burn bright with purpose, to feel deeply, and to pour your energy into something that truly matters. Let passion be your driving force. Let it carry you when you're exhausted, guide you when you're uncertain, and strengthen you when you're tempted to give up. Whether your dream is to launch a business, craft a masterpiece, uplift others, or grow into your fullest potential, passion is the fuel that will carry you through. Fall in love with your vision. Let it consume you. Wake each morning not just to exist, but to chase that dream with obsession, with fire, with everything you've got. Infuse passion into even your smallest tasks, and watch how quickly life begins to shift. When you show up fully engaged, with fire in your spirit, the world responds. People take notice. Doors swing open. The universe makes way for those who move with conviction. Let your passion take you places that raw talent alone never could. Let it make you magnetic. Let it make you unstoppable. Begin now. Burn with purpose. Live with passion. 7. Never stop learning and growing. Softness rarely announces itself. It doesn't come crashing in. It sneaks in silently. It's subtle, almost seductive. It whispers comforting lies. You've done enough. You already know this, or you can coast now. It makes excuses sound like wisdom. It tells you rest is always earned, even when you've barely begun. But underneath that softness lies a dangerous truth: stagnation. And nothing erodes greatness faster than standing still. Stagnation is the quiet beginning of decline. The very moment you stop learning, you stop growing, and when growth halts, your potential begins to erode. Outwardly, you may still appear productive, going through the motions of daily life, but inwardly, you're standing still. And over time, that stillness becomes suffocating. Growth is not a gift. It is a choice. A conscious, relentless pursuit. In a world that evolves at lightning speed, the cost of not learning is falling behind. No matter how successful someone becomes, the truly great ones never stop reaching, never stop questioning, never stop evolving. Think of the most influential figures throughout history. Leaders, inventors, creators, visionaries. What do they all have in common? They were insatiable learners. They fed their minds with books, surrounded themselves with big ideas, and sought wisdom from every conversation and experience. They didn't rest on their laurels or celebrate yesterday's victories for too long. Why? Because they understood something vital. To stay ahead, you must keep growing. Often, softness hides in familiarity. You've gained knowledge, achieved some results, and it's tempting to believe it's enough. But what got you to this level will not carry you to the next. That comfort you feel, it's not a reward, it's a trap. The longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to escape. So, challenge that sense of arrival. Reject the lie that you've made it. The truth? None of us ever fully arrive. There's always more to uncover, another level to reach, another version of yourself waiting to be awakened. The pursuit of mastery is endless, and that's the beauty of it. That's what makes life meaningful. The journey of becoming is what keeps you alive, vibrant, and full of purpose. Make a bold commitment to daily growth. Every single day, seek one new idea. Read a page, watch a lesson, ask a question, stay curious. Life is teaching you all the time, but only if you're willing to listen. Every moment is an opportunity to rise. Will you take it? Seek out mentors. Those who don't just encourage you, but challenge you, stretch you, and push you beyond your limits. The best mentors aren't always the ones who make you feel good. They're often the ones who make you uncomfortable in the best possible way. Surround yourself with thinkers who see the world differently, who provoke deeper thought, and who hold you to a higher standard, because that is where real transformation begins. Read books that shake your beliefs and force you to reconsider what you think you know. Pursue experiences that humble you, that remind you there is still so much more to learn, more to become. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It begins the moment you step out of it. Your success is a direct reflection of your personal growth. The more you expand your knowledge, sharpen your skills, and deepen your emotional intelligence, the greater your ability to bring your dreams to life. Potential, while valuable, is not what the world rewards. The world celebrates execution, and execution demands evolution. Learning is not a box to check. It's not a phase, it's a lifestyle. When you truly embrace this mindset, growth becomes second nature. Every challenge becomes an opportunity. Every conversation, a lesson. Every setback, a hidden insight. Be hungry for wisdom. Let curiosity become your fuel, your daily companion. Treat each day as a classroom. Life, if you're willing to listen, will become your greatest teacher. And over time, those small daily lessons, the quiet breakthroughs, will stack up into monumental shifts. You'll move with clarity, solve bigger problems, think faster, and most importantly, you'll grow into the person capable of carrying the weight of the life you envision. Lifelong learning isn't optional, not if you truly want to rise. It's the oxygen of success. The moment you stop learning, you plateau. But those who stay hungry, who keep seeking, keep soaring. So wake up each morning with the heart of a student. Choose growth over comfort, curiosity over certainty. Let your desire to learn make you unstoppable. Don't let comfort steal your fire. Don't settle for what you already know. Stretch, expand, evolve, and commit to learning every single day. Because when you do, your world won't just shift, it will transform entirely. Those who adapt swiftly are the ones who thrive. Because the path to success is never a straight, paved road. It's full of twists, sharp turns, and unexpected detours. The ones who ultimately rise are not those who cling stubbornly to rigid plans, but those who learn to pivot, adjust, and evolve in real time. Adaptability isn't merely a helpful trait. It's a survival skill in today's rapidly shifting world. Just think of the most successful people throughout history. They didn't resist change, they welcomed it. They understood a fundamental truth. The world is in constant motion, and to remain relevant, they had to move with it. When disruption came, they used it as a stepping stone. When others froze in fear, they took action. While some clung to outdated strategies, they pioneered new paths forward. They didn't fight the current, they learned to ride the wave. Softness, in contrast, disguises itself as comfort. It hides behind familiarity or even loyalty to a method that once worked but no longer serves. But beneath that disguise lies fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of letting go. This fear resists the very changes life demands. It whispers, "This is how I've always done it," and clings tightly to routines that no longer move you forward. True strength, however, is not rigid, it's flexible. Real strength doesn't break under pressure, it bends and adjusts. Like a tree swaying in a storm, it stays rooted but moves with the wind. That is adaptability. It means staying grounded in your purpose while being fluid in your approach. The world doesn't reward resistance to change. It rewards those who can see the shift coming and move with it. In business, in relationships, in self-development, growth belongs to the adaptable. The static fall behind. The rigid are left out. If you're not evolving, you're becoming obsolete. So ask yourself, are you resisting the change that could elevate you? Or are you adjusting your sails to catch the wind? If you're not adapting, you're decaying. It's that simple. Stagnation doesn't always announce itself loudly. It creeps in through resistance to change. But here's the truth. Change is not something to fear. Instead, it should be welcomed, embraced, as one of life's greatest teachers. Every shift in your circumstances contains a hidden invitation to grow, to stretch, and to rise beyond who you were yesterday. Change jolts you out of autopilot and snaps you back into awareness. It calls on you to make sharper decisions, to refine your instincts, and to stay alert in an ever-evolving world. Your dreams, those bold visions you're chasing, will require you to change over and over again. They'll test your ability to pivot, adapt, and reinvent yourself. And only those who move swiftly with life's currents will find themselves still in the race. Wait too long, and the opportunity may vanish. Resist the shift, and you'll be left behind. But if you cultivate the agility to adjust without losing sight of your ultimate goal, you become unstoppable. Let your vision remain your anchor, firm and unwavering, but allow your strategies to evolve. The path may twist and turn, but what truly matters is not how you get there, but that you do. The balance is this: flexibility in execution, consistency in purpose. That is the formula for sustainable success. Adaptability isn't just useful, it's powerful. It creates pathways where others see brick walls. It turns missteps into momentum and setbacks into setups. The more adaptable you become, the more resilient you are. Unexpected changes no longer shake you. They strengthen you. Those who embrace change don't just survive, they thrive. They live longer, not only biologically, but emotionally, mentally, and professionally. While others cling to what was, they evolve into what's next. While some mourn the past, they build the future. So make the decision today. Release your rigidity. Abandon the illusion that safety lies in predictability. Step boldly into the unknown with open eyes, a grounded heart, and a mind ready to grow. Change is not your enemy. It is your ally, your catalyst, your bridge to everything greater that lies ahead. To become all that you're meant to be, embrace change, starting today. Train yourself to see it not as a threat, but as an invitation to grow, to lead, to rise. Let change sculpt you, strengthen you, and ultimately propel you forward. The world doesn't belong to the strongest or the smartest. It belongs to those who are most adaptable. Make sure you are one of them. 9. Surround yourself with greatness. Success almost never happens in isolation. Behind every extraordinary accomplishment, there is always a network, a circle of influence, of inspiration, and of accountability. The icons of history, leaders, innovators, philosophers, did not rise alone. They were surrounded by people who pushed them, challenged them, and kept them aligned with their highest standards. They built tribes of excellence, and so must you. The challenge, however, is that softness often hides in plain sight, especially within the people you trust. It doesn't always announce itself. Instead, it creeps in through well-meaning advice. Take it easy. You've done enough. Don't burn yourself out. These words may sound gentle, even loving, but too often they are disguised invitations to settle for less. They soothe your discomfort while quietly smothering your potential. And the danger? These messages often come from those closest to you. family, friends, colleagues. Your softness might not be entirely your own doing. It could be a reflection of your environment. When you're constantly immersed in voices that validate ease, excuse mediocrity, and rationalize playing small, your inner fire starts to dim. Slowly, subtly, you begin to lower your standards. Not because you've changed your dreams, but because you've adapted to those around you. That's why your circle matters more than you think. Your environment shapes your thoughts, your pace, your habits, your ambition. Choose the wrong people, and they'll drain your drive without ever meaning to. But choose the right ones, and they'll ignite it. The right ones, and they'll awaken your drive. They'll challenge your limits and refuse to let you coast. That's why you must deliberately build your own mastermind group. A circle of individuals who push you, who inspire you, and who hold you to standards higher than even you've set for yourself. These people won't let you stay soft. They won't let your excuses slide. When you feel like giving up, they won't just offer sympathy. They'll offer truth. They'll look you in the eye and remind you of the fire you once promised to chase. But be careful. Avoid those who feed your comfort over your growth. That doesn't mean you need to cut ties with everyone in your life. It means you must be fiercely intentional about who gets your time, your energy, and most importantly, your trust. Your future is too important to be shaped by voices that whisper you into mediocrity. Not everyone deserves access to your ambition. Some people are perfectly content staying where they are, and that's their choice. But you're not here to settle. You're here to rise. Choose your friends, mentors, and partners with purpose. Look for those who have walked the road you aspire to walk. Those who bear the scars of experience, who carry wisdom not from theory, but from battle, who live with the discipline you seek to develop. Surround yourself with builders, not bystanders. Seek out doers, not dreamers. Align with winners, not whiners. Because the right associations don't just motivate you, they multiply your momentum. They challenge your thinking, keep you accountable, and pull your pace forward. They remind you of your strength on the days you forget. They see the version of you that you're working to become, and they speak to that version, not your comfort. When your circle shares your vision, your discipline, and your hunger, a shift happens. Your goals stop being private battles. They become shared missions. Your journey gains rhythm. You rise, not alone, but with a force behind you. No one builds an empire alone. Every breakthrough is carried by a network. Every legacy is lifted by unseen hands. And your future? It depends on those you choose to walk beside you, who you can become, and the very reason you began. Softness cannot survive in an environment built for greatness. It gets revealed, it gets challenged, and in that confrontation, something powerful happens. You grow. Growth rarely comes in silence. It arrives through discomfort, through truth, and through the mirrors held up by those around you. So be deliberate. Build your environment with care and clarity. Curate it with the same intensity as you would guard a sacred vision, because your life truly depends on it. Your surroundings are not neutral. They are either propelling your ambition forward or quietly feeding your complacency. Which will you allow? Choose with intention. Don't leave your future to chance. Create an atmosphere that demands your best. Become the kind of person who lifts the energy of the room. Become someone who raises the standard just by showing up with purpose. When you build an environment of excellence, softness finds no place to hide, and greatness finds space to thrive. Remember this, your circle is your standard. Raise your circle, and you raise your entire life. And in the end, your success, it belongs to no one else but you. Take full ownership of that truth. Stop outsourcing your power. Take full responsibility for every action, every decision, every outcome. Let go of excuses, blame, and the comforting illusion of victimhood. They rob you of your potential. They stall your progress. You have the power to transform your life, and it starts right now. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping for the perfect moment. You already have everything you need to begin. Accept your role as the author of your story. Embrace your strength. Move forward boldly. And never, ever look back. Your journey to greatness starts with this single, courageous step. Wishing you health, happiness, and the strength to keep rising. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Daily for more empowering content.